I call the City Council meeting to order. Today is Monday, March 17th, 2014, for a special City Council meeting. I want to wish everybody a happy St. Patrick's Day. Could you all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Could we have the roll call, please?
Councilmember Barry Chang.
Here.
Councilmember Orrin Mahoney.
Here.
Vice Mayor Rod Sinks.
Here.
Mayor Gilbert Wong.
Present. Oral communication. This portion of this meeting is reserved for persons wishing to address the council on any matters not on the agenda. Speakers are limited to 3 minutes in most cases. State law will prohibit the council from making any decisions with respect to a matter not listed on the agenda. Seeing no cards here that's not on the agenda, I go ahead and move to ordinance and action item. Number 1, subject regarding the Senate Constitutional Amendment, SCA 5, that we're all here today. As you know, there has been a lot of controversy regarding State Constitutional Amendment 5. That was a bill proposed by State Senator Ed Hernandez. This bill has been a moving target, and literally within like an hour ago from the Sacramento Bee, Speaker of the House John A. Perez from the California State Assembly has made an announcement that SCA 5 has been withdrawn. The bill has been withdrawn from the California state. Yeah, at the request of the author, Senator Ed Hernandez. So I'm going to turn it over to staff and ask them that what is our next steps from here, since that there's no live bill.
Yeah, clearly it's difficult to write a letter of opposition to a bill that no longer is on the floor. Council considered doing a number of things, thanking the author for withdrawing it. We could do nothing. We would just write a letter stating our overall opinion on the issue. We have a number of options, although I think at this point writing a letter in opposition to the bill really doesn't make any sense since it's no longer on the table. Yeah, there is no bill at this point.
But can I ask a question?
Yes, you may.
The newspapers say hold. It's not withdraw. So how do we know it's not coming back?
Well, it would come back as a new bill, and we would consider it as a new bill. But what the author technically did was pull it out of the Assembly, ask a colleague on the Assembly to withdraw it from the Assembly and send it back to the Senate for reconsideration, or essentially it's dead for this session.
Are we sure about that?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
It can come back, but we would know if it came back. I mean, in this Assembly, nothing potentially dies forever, but this one looks like it's dead for now.
For now. Okay. For how long when you say now?
Until somebody revives it.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, next session.
Next session?
Next session? Okay. So that means next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be no earlier.
Then
Based upon our current information, it could be no earlier than next year. Do we have that capital alert up? So is it on the screen, just so people can read it? That would be helpful, I think, because there's a lot of questions about what really is going on. So maybe somebody can read this, or the public can read it. Can we call their attention to it?
yeah, because when I read it, it's holds, HALTS. And my understanding of English means stop right here, not.
So I'll go ahead and read it. This is the capital alert from the Sacramento Bee, March 17th. Just came out earlier today. John A. Perez halts efforts to overturn California Prop 209. California voters will not be asked this year to decide whether to roll back California ban on racial preferences in college admissions, Assembly Speaker John A. Perez announced Monday. At the request of Senator Ed Hernandez, author of the Senate Constitution Amendment 5, Perez said that he is sending the measure back to the Senate without taking any action in the lower house. Quote, it really is driven most by my interest in making sure we come out with the best policy outcomes, quote, Perez said. Quote, as it's currently written, I don't think SA 5 gives us that. And as currently written, it requires a 2/3 vote of both houses, and those votes do not exist in both houses. Perez said that he and Senate Leader Darrell Steinberg will form a task force to discuss whether California should change the way by it admits students to public universities. The group will include representatives from the University of California, California State University, and community colleges, he said. The move came a week after 3 Asian American state senators who had previously voted for SA 5 asked Perez to put a stop to the measure. Prior to the vote of SA 5 in the Senate, we heard no opposition to the bill. However, in the past few weeks, we have heard from thousands of people throughout California voicing their concerns about the potential impacts. The measures would overturn part of Prop 209, which the voters approved in 1996, by allowing public colleges and universities to use race and ethnicity as factors in judging students for admissions. Democrats in the state Senate used their 2/3 supermajority to pass SA 5 in January, sending it for the Assembly for consideration. Since the Asian American advocacy groups has been organizing opposition around the state, arguing for affirmative action will help some ethnic groups at the expense of others. As lifelong advocates for Asian Americans and other Asian communities, we will never support a policy that we believe would negatively impact our children, said by Ted Liu, Carol Liu, and Leilin Yi wrote in a letter for Perez. So that was the statement, and it's covered by many publications up and down northern and southern California.
Yeah, but Mayor, when I see this, it says it really is driven most by my interest, the interest of the Speaker of the House, of the Assembly, Mr. Chang Perez. It did not show that from Senator Ed Hernandez withdrawal. So how can we be sure this is correct?
So staff has been just in contact literally about 10 minutes with Senator Hernandez's office, and we're trying to get a statement from their office, and hopefully we'll get that within the hour.
Yeah, but we invite him to come, and he refused.
Okay, Barry.
Right.
Okay, Councilor, Vice Mayor Singh's had an opportunity to talk to Jim Bell's Chief of Staff, as well as Senator Jerry Hill, and I personally talked with Assembly Member Paul Fong and Assembly Member Rich Gordon, and the Communication Director, Senator Ed Hernandez, as well, too. So the Legislative Committee has had an opportunity to do the outreach, and today we have an opportunity of a full house here to listen to all the speakers today, so we can further talk about this issue, or we can have an opportunity to listen to the folks who came here to listen.
I'll listen. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Chang. I know that this is a very sensitive topic, and I know that there's not enough votes in either the State Assembly to have the 2/3, and even if we went back to the State Senate, there's no 2/3 by the Democrats to amend the bill. So it's very important that it's just like a court of law here, that you will have an opportunity to have 3 minutes to speak on this item. There are lights in front of you, and when the light turns yellow, you'll have 30 seconds left. Before I open the public hearing, I want to ask my colleagues that, was there any concerns or constraints that you have?
Yeah, I need to leave at 5 o'clock.
As do I.
Okay. We have over 50 cards here. We also have Tina Mao, who can also be a translator for Mandarin Chinese if so needed. So because of the limited time, I want to ask staff that, do you have any recommendations?
Attorney can pipe in too, but your really only option is to limit the time each person can speak if you have a hard cap that you need to end the meeting by.
Okay, so we have about, is there any more speakers that would like to speak? You have to fill out your card now within the next 5 minutes. So please bring up your cards now and give it to Mr. Kitson, because I will be closing. I will not take any more cards after 3:25. 3:25. I will not take any more cards. And I can't guarantee if everyone can speak unless, as the city manager says that, it will be a vote by the council that we would have to limit the time.
So you're changing the rule.
I am not changing the rule. It will be decided by the council.
Okay, so let's decide.
Okay.
And you haven't asked my time. I have time to stay, to listen out to everybody. It's our job to listen to the constituent, okay?
Any other comments from my colleagues that, how did you want to handle the public hearing? We have about maybe close to 60 cards. And if you wanted to leave here by 5, I got another few more here. I'm gonna
Well, it's
quickly count
roughly
the
2
cards.
minutes.
1, 2.
No, a little less,
If you want to deliberate.
oh, yeah.
Can you do a minute? I mean, if it's a minute and a half.
Well,
times
let's just
60
take the number of cards
Fine.
and
You
leave,
can do any increments.
and leave some minutes for deliberation.
How many minutes for deliberation?
No, 10, I mean, the thing's been full,
Already-
you know.
Yeah, I know.
So keep the deliberation short, let them have as much time as they can.
It's going to be about
About a minute and a half. You got, if you have 60, you
Have an hour and 20 minutes, it should be 80 minutes.
have 60?
I have 49 cards.
If you do a minute,
I have more,
if you do a
49.
minute and a half.
Let's do that one. I mean, I'm
I have 52 cards.
I'm good at 5, I just gotta get out of here.
Okay,
Right?
okay.
Okay.
Yes.
I think it's part of this you should talk to after our committee came out against this.
Okay.
Very, it's obvious what comes.
Okay, before I do the public hearing, I wanted to kind of go over the staff report first. And Louise was very good in helping me put together the staff report. So let's give a little bit of history here. State Constitutional Amendment 5 was authored by State Senator Ed Hernandez. This is to appeal Prop 209. Prop 209 is 3 factors. It looks at education, contracting, as well as employment. The bill the author chose only to appeal education only, which a lot of Asian Americans were very concerned about it. It probably will affect most would be the Chinese American community, the Indo-American community, and the Korean American community. However, that there will be benefits toward the Southeast Asian community, Filipino American community, Tongan and Samoan American community. In the meantime, we have went to the Legislative Action Committee that both Vice Mayor Sinks and I spoke on together with the city manager and city attorney, and you had opportunity to speak with the offices of Senator Bell and Senator Hill, and I had opportunity to speak with the offices of Paul Fong and Rich Gordon, as well as Senator Hernandez. We do have this document, and I'll just read the memorandum. Please see this attached press conference from Senator Hernandez and Assembly Speaker Perez regarding current status of FCA 5. As noted, Senator Hernandez, author of the measure, has requested Senator Perez to send the measure back to Senate without taking action. And this was a press release that was that says here that they are withdrawing it from the State Assembly, and I'll give it to Councilmember Chang first to let him read it, that it has been officially taken off.
Put it on the
Put on the screen,
Oh, sure,
everybody
no
can
problem.
see it. I don't want to
Why
be
don't
the
you
only
give
one.
it to the city manager? Did I leave anything out?
I
Thank you.
think you should be clear how the Ledge Committee voted. Well, the Ledge Committee, which is Gilbert and myself, got together and discussed this after the outreach, and we both elected to bring a recommendation to council that we oppose SCA 5. So I know that there are many of you interested in speaking on this, and many of you are upset about this, but we wanted you to know that based on Gilbert and I bringing this forward with an oppose and Barry's clear opposition, that this council will be opposing SCA 5 or taking whatever actions are appropriate, given the fact that the bill has in fact been withdrawn. So, you know, we could we could, I'm sure, if everybody wanted it. Thank you. So my only request to you is to be respectful of time, and if you can make your points concisely, that will help, because I think at this point, I'm not sure what exactly the motion is that we should put forth, but it's not the one that we started the meeting with, probably.
Thank you, Vice Mayor Sinks.
Okay, thank you.
The most important thing here is that to allow everybody to feel comfortable to speak in the room. There might be people who are in favor of the bill, people who are not in favor of the bill. So it's very important that you hold your applause, you hold your comments, you hold your booings, that I cannot allow any more clapping, booing, or comments. If for some reason that you agree to disagree, I ask you to please step out of the council chambers, and I'll only give one warning, okay? Only one warning. So with that, I go ahead and open the public hearing. Can I have a motion that that we're going to limit the speaking time to, was it a minute or a minute and a half?
Well, how many cards do you have?
It keeps going. I think now I'm at 62.
Okay, then that's about a minute if you want deliberation time.
Well,
So
a minute and a half and with 5 minutes deliberation.
You do a minute.
And they don't all have to speak.
So,
And it takes.
Mayor, while you're counting the car, can I ask the city attorney a
yes, you
question?
may. Yes, ma'am.
City attorney, since the mayor turned into my email, including some Chinese, to be on record, am I acting, listening out this event here, this hearing here, am I acting within the boundary of the law? So can I vote? Yeah, if there's a proposal coming up. Yeah, well, definitely. My ears open to both sides. My ear will be open to listen to both sides for sure. But then if that's still the case, because since the mayor turned in the document, the record, so I want to be clarified, but my vote is clear. And after I listen to both sides.
What you are asking me, in essence, is whether or not there's a common law conflict of interest, and a common law conflict of interest is a subjective determination. The financial interest is set by state law, and so each person has to look in their own heart, and the statements they've made in the past, and based on the current position right now, whether or not you can listen to public, just as you said, make a decision at the end, then that is the criteria for not having a common law conflict of interest and being able to vote.
Okay. Even some supporter asked me to take a picture with me outside. Would that constitute a ground for my vote?
You would have to make the representation and be truthful about it, that you could vote either way, and the decision would be reached after careful consideration of all the facts, evidence, and speakers. That's the criteria. So you're the one that's going to have to figure that out. Conflict of interests, well, I can opine. Everybody has to make their own individual decision. It's not, there's no city censure on this. It's basically everybody decides that. Even if I said you did and you said I didn't, you can still vote. It's up to you.
Right. I did invite some people to come to today's meeting, including some is opposing, and for example, one of my good friend, when I asked him, he said, yes, I'm coming over, but I'm for SEA 5, and he has a PhD degree in physics, and I cannot shut him down, and I cannot say, don't come, So I did invite both sides to come, because this is an important issue, and I will listen to both sides. And if either side can convince me, I'll take my decision. I'll vote based on that decision. Would that be okay?
If you have determined that you've satisfied the criteria, because it's your decision, not mine, but based upon, yes.
Okay, so
They want me to say, I'm taking up lots of time.
Right.
Yes, go ahead.
my mayor turning into the document is not going to prohibit me voting on this issue here now, right?
You have said that you can objectively vote. That satisfies the criteria for being able to vote and not have a common law conflict of interest.
Okay, thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you. I want to entertain a motion regarding.
Okay, I move, given the time constraints, that we limit public input to a minute each, and that we allow time at the end for follow-up questions after everybody has spoken
You mean from council?
from council, and from council back on anything that we heard that was unclear, and allow some time for deliberation so that we end at 5 o'clock.
Do you have a second?
I'll second that.
All those in favor, say aye.
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 I'm
All those
against it
opposed?
because changing the time, I don't want to vote yes, sorry.
All those who oppose?
Nay?
All those abstain? The vote carries 3-1 with one absent. I go ahead and open the public hearing that you will only have 1 minute, including...
Mayor Wong, let me reset the timer to 1 minute. Give me just one moment.
Okay, no problem. Just want to repeat again that it's very important that there's no clapping, no booing, no commenting. If for some reason you need to comment, just excuse yourself out into the foyer or outside in the hallway. This applies to all individuals and groups that you only have 1 minute. The first person is Chris Zhang.
You might want to call people if you need a time or something.
Yeah,
They only have a minute. I take a minute.
Stage it.
Okay.
Call the first three or something.
Chris Zhang.
Can I start?
Who's the next person?
The next speaker is Alex Lee,
There you go.
followed by Richard Dai, followed by
That's it, just
That's
three
good.
at a time.
That's good.
Nei Liu.
Ready
I got
when you
a
are.
minute and 30 seconds. Okay,
Minute.
whenever you want to,
Okay.
Mr. Zhang.
Well, I have to cut my prepared speech much shorter. So, Mr. Mayor, council members, Mr. Vice Mayor, thank you so much for this special session. My name is Chris Chang, resident of Cupertino, attorney of law, and I'm speaking today on behalf of UEFA, United Asian Americans for Activism. So, let me just get 2 quick points across. We know ACFI is not a quota system. Have been some people that says the community, there's some misinformation in the community. There is no misinformation in the community. We all know ACFI, what ACFI is going to do. We're not opposing it because it's a quota system. We are opposing it because it's a racial discrimination bill. And the second point is that we know some students need help more than others, but using race as the yardstick is the wrong approach. Is it fair to say to a student, we're going to give your seat away to another less qualified student because based on your color, we think you need this seat less than the other student? I don't think it's fair. I don't think so. In light of the development this
Your
morning.
time is up, Chris.
Thank you for your time.
Next speaker is Alex Lee. 1 minute passes by very fast.
And if I might suggest if the next speaker can be ready to come up to the podium,
Gilbert,
that'd help.
It would take a minute. If they want to, they could get 3 people together and do.
1 minute is a lot
No.
easier.
No, I mean, 3 people together can do, one person can speak for 3 minutes if the other people use up their cards, right? We've typically done that.
How about group time? How are we going to?
I mean, if they want to consolidate,
You're eating up into the 9 minutes.
I understand. By cutting it to a minute. There's no group time, I don't believe, but there is consolidation time, or
Okay.
I would recommend.
Okay, Alex?
So can I consolidate my time with 10 other members?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I need your 10 other members to come on up, please.
can you come up?
Have they submitted
Have they
cards?
submitted cards?
Yeah, they have.
Okay, good.
Okay. So I'm going to have Mr. Kitson help me.
Do you want me to do it? or-
Yeah. Do you mind reading reading those
He's
names?
going to go take care of it offline.
I can take it offline. Okay, great.
Even better.
How many Mr. Lee, how many speakers?
Me.
No, I know. How many speakers that?
10.
10?
Around 10 or 11.
Alex, how many speakers?
10.
10? Okay. Okay. I'll give you 3 minutes, sir. Go ahead. Alex?
Honorable Mayor, Honorable City Council members, Honorable Vice Mayor, Thank you for adding SCA 5 to your agenda. My name is Alex Lee, a sophomore in high school, and I'm speaking to you to express my concern about SCA 5. I'll just give you the facts directly. Latino students have gone from 15.4% in 1996 to 5,444 students of freshman undergraduate admissions to 23% in 2010, 14,081 students. A 145% increase after the pass of Proposition 209. Asian students have gone from 29.8%, 11,085 students of the freshman admits, to 37.47%, 22,877 students. Native American admits have declined slightly from 0.9% to 0.8%, but their actual number increased from 360 to 531. African American admits have gone from 4% to 4.2%, a small gain in percentage, but a nearly 50% increase in numbers of freshmen admitted, from 1,628 to 2,624. Graduation rates for African Americans after Proposition 209 nearly doubled, from 22.2% to 39.4%. Graduation rates for Hispanics rose from 27.2% to 41.8%. The proponents of this bill also claim that the diversity at top UCs like UC Berkeley and UCLA has worsened since the passage of Proposition 209. It is true that these schools have had lower amounts of African American undergraduates. However, what the proponents of SCA 5 fail to account for is more than 35% of undergraduates at these schools are enrolled in Pell Grants. UCLA and UC Berkeley enrolled a higher percentage of Pell Grant recipients than any of its public or private competitive institutions nationwide. The federal Pell Grant program provides need-based grants to low-income undergraduates and certain post-baccalaureate students to promote access to secondary education. Diversity is actually stronger than ever after Proposition 209. This fall, 39.4% of incoming freshmen at the university will come from low-income families, 38% from families where neither parent has a four-year degree. According to U.S. News and World Report rankings, 4 of the 25 most diverse of the so-called national universities are UC campuses, including UCLA and UC Berkeley. In terms of economic diversity among top-ranked universities, U.S. News ranks UCLA and UC Berkeley number 1 and number 2, respectively. Proposition 209 has allowed campuses to become more diverse in the system without discrimination.
Thank you, Alex. Your time is up.
Of race.
So,
Thank you,
Mayor, can I ask a quick question?
There was a motion that we will save all questions from council members at the end. That was voted by the council.
All
The
right.
next speaker is Richard Dye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Richard Dye. I'm sorry, you need to come and speak to the council and not out to the public.
No, I just want to say we have a lot of people here. I want to.
You need to speak into the speaker so that you can be recorded, because this is a recorded council meeting, sir.
Okay, sorry. I'm Richard Dye. I'm on behalf of Fair Education Alliance. Anybody who want to join me, please stand up and behind me.
You're eating up into your time, sir.
One more question. Can I use my PowerPoint?
You only have 1 minute. I'm sorry, but you cannot speak from the audience because it's all recorded. This is a recorded meeting. Can I have any outbursts from the public?
But Mayor, if they have 3 people, should they have a 3
I will be
minutes?
giving you 3 minutes. Go ahead, please.
Thank you.
So if they have 5 people, can they have 5
You're eating
minutes?
up into Mr. Dye's time.
I'm asking the fair question.
He has
1
3
minute per
minutes.
person per car. Now they have 5 people. You only give them 3 minutes.
We heard the last group, and then they went out and they didn't have the 10 cards. So I don't think we can go with that. I think we're having a middle ground here between 3 and trying to get 3 real cards.
Okay, thank you.
All right. My name is Rich Dye. Anyway, thank you for organizing this special meeting to discuss SCA 5, although it is withdrawn. I want to remind everyone it is the 3rd time Senator Hernandez introduced this bill. His first bill was denied or was vetoed in year 2010, and the second similar bill was denied or was vetoed in 2012. This is the 3rd time. We are fed up. Enough is enough. When can we stop it? That's why even the bill today is on hold or withdrawn. But we still want to raise our voice to let people know that's enough. We got to stop it. All right. So let's say, where SA5 is based on, whether SA5 is based on the correct data or the facts or the wrong data or distorted facts. So here is a quoted statement. There has been a precipitous drop in the percentage of underrepresented minorities at Californian public universities. Campus become less diverse and qualified high school graduates being overlooked and ignored under Proposition 209. However, the truth is, in 1989, well before Proposition 209, 14% of UC admitted undergraduate students were Latino students. In 1996, the year Proposition 209 passed, 14.4% of UC admitted students were Latino students. Now, in year 2013, guess what? 27.8%, almost doubled, of UC admitted undergraduate students were Latino students.
Thank you, Mr. Dai. Your time is up. The next speaker is Niu Liu, followed by Xin Ai, followed by Fred Chow. Niu Liu?
Yes,
Welcome.
Wei Liu. Honorable Mayor, City Council members, my name is Wei Liu. Thank you very much for putting California State Constitution Amendment number 5 on your agenda. On March 14th, a group of concerned residents, including myself, met with Mrs. June Buchanan. June Buchanan is the chairwoman of Committee of Education. She's also the Assemblywoman of District 16. I'd like to quote Ms. Buchanan from our meeting last Friday. First of all, I always make informed decisions based on data. Secondly, I will not vote SCA 5. Thirdly, SCA 5 is taking opportunity from one group to another group. This is not the way to go. Everyone can do data research. I did mine.
Thank you, Mrs. Liu. Your time is up. The next speaker is Xin Ai.
Honorable Mayor, Vice Mayor, Council members, my name is Xin Ai. Thank you for putting this on your agenda. With PhD in chemistry, I worked at National Lab and IBM, and now I'm an entrepreneur. So I got my degree at Atlanta. We all know this famous dream by Martin Luther King, that one day will not be judged by color of skin. This was a dream 50 years ago. Fortunately, not a dream anymore. However, SCA5 will change back into a dream again. So that's why to SCA5, we say no. I'm also a mom of 2 children. One day, about a week ago at school, they're singing a song at flag time. God bless America, my home, sweet home. We are one community, and we love the community. We work together to make this community sweeter. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Ai. The next 3 speakers are, I need you to hold your applause, please. I really need you to hold your applause. You're doing really good. Fred Chow, followed by Jack Sun, followed by Bei Chin, followed by Sean Yao. At this moment, we will not take any more additional cards, so this will be the last card that I'm taking. So the Public Affairs Director will not be taking any more cards. And it's good to see you again, Fred.
Hi, Honorable Mayor Wong, Vice Mayor, and Council members. So nice to see old friend, Honorable Mayor Wong. Congratulations for your job. Well done.
Thank you.
My name is Fred Chow. I've been living here in this community for more than 35 years. My both children graduate from the Cupertino School District and the Fremont High School District. And we love this place. This is our home. This is our community. Last night, I thought about 3 things special about our community. Number 1, a community that strives for the highest standard of education. Okay. Number two, the community that upholds the highest value of diversity. Number three, the community that put highest emphasis on high tech. My home is half a mile away from Apple. Anyway, I thought about this ACA 5. There's three things I want to share with you. Number one, ACA 5 removes public education from our Constitution, the highest law in California, and this race biased. And again,
your time is up, Mr. Chow. Thank you.
Thank
the
you.
next speaker is Jack Sun. And if the other speakers can just line up behind Mr. Sun is Bei Chin, Sean Yao, and Julia Zhao. Jack Sun?
Yes. Good afternoon, City Council. I deeply appreciate, I'm proud of you to call this meeting for this such a critical issue. As we know, the primary function and goal of university is to provide a high-quality citizen and workforce for our society, including like Apple Computer next door, including all of the companies in Silicon Valley. Not just companies. Our Navy, our Army, our Air Force also need best young men and women. Only with those best young men and women we can fight terrorism. So this SCA 5 is trying to undermine the high quality of our university. We're proud of our UC system, Berkeley, UCLA, and San Jose State, and many other universities. We know there's room to improve. However, the SCA 5 is not the way. The way is to improve our K-12 for the elementary, for the high schools. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Sun. I need you to hold your applause, please. Please, you're doing a good job. The next person is Bei Chin.
Dear Honorable Mayor, Vice Mayor, and the City Council, my name is Bei Chin. I'm the CEO of ACEQ Investment Group. My company is in Cupertino. I have a master's degree of computer science. I am opposed to SAC 5. I believe no student should be favored or degraded because of race. I have a son who has already graduated from UC Riverside. I believe that many people are here whose children are already grew up or they do not have kids. We are here not for our own kids, but we are here for our Asia group, the hardworking group. We truly believe California should be a state with no racial discrimination in any field, any event, and any place. I hope Cupertino is the first city in the state that votes no to SAC 5. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Chin. I need you to hold your applause, please. The next speaker is Sean Yao.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
All the mayors and council members. Some people say you are overreacting. My answer is no. Why? Because someone tried to, based on limited data, cherry-picking data, try to change the California Constitution. Are we overreacting? No. That's a very serious issue. I talked with many different peoples, including native speakers, Native Americans, white, Indians, many people, Filipinos. They all against SCA 5. They don't like go back to the racial discrimination age. This is a very serious issue. We have to take really good choice for the future of California, for the future of the country. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Yao. The next speaker is Julia Zhao, followed by Charles Liu, followed by Misty Zhang.
Honorable Mayor and Council members, my name is Julia Zhao. I'm here to strongly opposing SCA 5. I had taught to over 500 university students from various racial groups. Their achieving of excellency is not a result of their skin color, but a result of their hard working and motivation. SCA 5 will significantly reduce the incentives of all these students to achieve their full potential. I was noticed that Assembly held SCA5 for this year. I'd like to see an official letter from the author's office to withdraw this bill completely, and SCA5 and alike will never come back again. Thank you.
Thank you. The next speaker is Charles Liu, followed by Misty Zhang, followed by Liu Q, C-U-I.
Okay. Honorable Mayor, Vice Mayor, Council members, my name is Charles Liu, and I'm a member of Pro-Equal Now. And I'm speaking here today to urge you to take a stand against SCA5. Since the passage of Prop 209, the ban on using race as a criterion in college admissions has made college admissions more sophisticated, fairer, and more merit-based than ever before. The existing college admission system has achieved diversity without using racial preferences. The opponents say that the SCA5 will only add race to one of the many criteria in college admissions. But the monster of racial discrimination knows no boundary. It can easily overpower any other more objective criteria and essentially destroy the merit-based system. It will create too much racial divide and racial discord. We cannot let this happen. The lawmakers should spend more time working on real issues, such as increasing funding for our public universities. And if there are any issues with our existing system...
Thank you, Mr. Liu, for your comments. The next speaker is Misty Zhang.
Thank you.
Thank you. Followed by Liu Hui, followed by Ignatius Ding.
Good afternoon. My name is Misty Chang, and I'm very pleased at the opportunity to present my points of view to you, the Honorable Mayor, Vice Mayor, and the distinguished members of Cupertino City Council. I'm here to show you my opinion about SCA5. We understand that our education does have many issues and needs to be improved. I applaud every effort to improve our education system and improve high school and college graduation rates. However, SCA5 does not address the problem. Rather, it will create more problems. On the surface, it appears to make a fair system, but it will actually send wrong messages to all children. Isn't that the goal of our education system, to encourage and reward every kid based on what they have learned and achieved in school and in community services? I, as a parent of 2 children, I will teach them the value of other cultures.
Thank you, Ms. Zhang. Your time is up. The next speaker is Liu Ku.
Thank you.
Thank you. Liu Ku.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Honorable Mayor and City Council members, my name is Lu Kui. Today I'm here to urge you to reject the defective SCA5. I believe preferential treatment in college admission is not the right practice. I have 2 kids and now one is in a pre-K. I really don't know what to explain to him that currently he and his friends, classmates, they all have the same right. But now when they grow up and apply for college, they will not be treated equally just because of their race. As a mom of 2 kids, I'd like to say that children's education is really important to us. Every child in our community is the hope of California and Americans' future. Everyone in our community will pay a close attention to this matter. Any solution to increase the diversity of students in college should be based on equal rights and justice. This is the core value of American spirit. By taking away the opportunities of other students who are also qualified is to put the cart before a horse. We don't want to be helping some people by hurting others at the same time. We never want to solve a problem by creating new ones. We want equal rights. And therefore, I'm standing to say no. I believe you will make the right decision. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Quay. Next speaker is Ignatius Ding, followed by Al Zhang, followed by Ying Liu, followed by Anu Radha T. Zing. If you can line up, I would really appreciate it.
Hello, Mayor. The lady behind me is willing to give her time to me. I have 2 minutes.
Yes, you may.
My name is Ignatius Ding. I'm a city resident for more than 36 years here. In the 7-1 ruling, the U.S. Supreme Court in 2013 sent back to the lower court Abigail Fisher's challenge to the admission policy of the University of Texas. Now, school has to show no workable racial-neutral alternative will produce educational benefit of diversity. So, the affirmative action is still allowed, but basis hasn't been changed. The goal remains diversity. However, the lower court shouldn't accept the school assertion the admission process uses race as a permissible way. In other words, neither California Constitution should simply allow any admission policy process to use races in a permissible way, as the SCA 5 stipulates, or it will be in conflict with the U.S. Supreme Court ruling. SCA 5, with the deficiency language approved as is, will set the undesirable precedent in terms of affirmative actions in California. It will open doors for the unqualified use of race for the purpose of diversity. The legality of its use will unlikely stop at the edge of the college campuses. Reverse discrimination against the Caucasian majority and the ethnic groups excluded by SCA 5 will be extended to employment, promotion, compensation, employee retention reduction, layoff, consumer and real estate loans, other areas in everyday life of all Californians. So it's a critically important, stop the flood at the gate. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ding. The next speaker is Alice Zhang.
Good afternoon, honorable mayors, vice mayors, and city councils. My name is Alice. I'm here today to express my objection to any racial discrimination bills. I came to the United States at the age of 32. I gave up everything I had in the hometown to come to this country. Why? Because I believe in freedom. I believe in hard work. I believe in equality. I believe in this country, my children can control their own destiny through hard working. This is the American value. This is how America stays to be the #1 countries in the whole world. But now some politicians want to shake the foundation of American values for their own votes. We can't let this happen. We can't let the politicians to control the destiny of our children. Cupertino is the front edge of the technology. It is the representative of next generations. We need to lead.
Thank you,
and
Mrs.
help
Zhang.
America
Your time is up.
Stay competitive.
Thank you,
with
Mrs.
the world.
Zhang.
Thank you.
The next speaker is Ying Liu, followed by Adrasha Singh, followed by Wei Ping Lee, followed by Greg Carousel. Ying Liu?
Honorable Mayor and City Council members, my name is Ying Liu. I'm here to express my opposition to SCA 5. There someone says we're fighting against SCA 5 for the narrow group interest. No, actually, we are fighting for the common interest of the equal rights for all human beings here. The people supporting SCA 5 are actually the short-sighted group, with some of them supporting SCA 5 for the narrow party or personal interest. They are trying to provide the things for the underrepresented group without teaching them the skills to make things on their own. In short term, they seem to get the so-called good result instantly, and they get the votes from the underrepresented group. But in the long term, they are actually making the underrepresented group losing the ability to stand on their own and more likely to depend on their party. So SCA 5 is not for the true benefit.
Thank you, Mrs. Liu. The next speaker is Mr. Singh.
Thank you.
I'm actually speaking on behalf of Anu Singh, Samson, and myself, Tarun Galagali. She ceded her time to me, so I think that gives me 3 minutes. My name is Tarun Galagali. I am Ro Khanna's Regional Vote Director, and I'm here today speaking on behalf of congressional candidate Ro Khanna. I'm here today to say that he is reinstating his initial opposition to SCA 5. Ro believes that what makes a Silicon Valley and Cupertino special is one value, and that is meritocracy. Here, innovators and entrepreneurs are not judged by the color of their skin or how funny their name sounds. They're judged sheerly based off of the merit of their ideas. And he believes the University of California system and the schools in California need to adopt that value and maintain it. I can speak personally on his behalf on another level as well. I'm from Cupertino. I went to Ragnard Elementary School, Kennedy Middle School, Monte Vista High School, and after 4 years of hard work, I earned acceptances into UC Berkeley and UCLA. But if you had told me then, when I was working in high school, that the color of my skin or my race would have precluded me from actually getting into these schools, I would have been devastated. I'm sitting here with 6 high school students right now, and each of them are knocking on doors tirelessly for Ro Khanna. All of us are standing in solidarity with the Chinese American community, the Indian American community, community and the Cupertino community at large. All of us feel that a child's dream shouldn't be shouldered because of the race or the color of their skin. They should be judged primarily based off of their merit. Now, I want to say one last thing. Roe is not blind to socioeconomic disadvantages. He understands that people come from different backgrounds. He just believes that a child's dreams shouldn't be rejected on just the basis of their color. So all that being said, I would actually encourage everyone in this room to come stand in full solidarity with Ro Khanna, who has been from day one, in contrast to our current congressman, against SCA 5. I would love to have your support. We're knocking on doors in Cupertino, so come join us this weekend. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I need you to hold your applause, please. I need your applause. If you can do me a favor, can you please fill out your blue card to get your name for the record, please?
I already have one.
You already have one? And can you state your name again?
Tarun Galagali.
Okay, thank you, sir. The next speaker is Wei Ping Lee.
Dear Mr. Major and City Councilman of City of Cupertino, I'm representing the group called Silicon Valley Chinese Association. So we have over 2,000 members. They can't be all here in this time, but so because the topic kind of changed with the last hour change over in Sacramento, so what I want to specifically to concentrate on higher education, which is the bill about, is that first of all that the creator of this bill, Dr. Hernandez, is trying to introduce diversity in the UC campus. If you look at UC campus today, if you go into Berkeley, go to UCLA or any other campus, you just look at the student, they are diverse. So, and there's a lot of data showing that freshman enrollment in different years, the Latino population has gone up even after Proposition 209. So today you look at almost 30% of UCs represent Latino population, which is not, underrepresented minority, which was state original argument for the state SA5. The second, you look at...
Thank you, Mr. Lee. Your time is up. The next speaker is Greg Carsey, followed by Hari with Betty somebody, followed by Yunus Mohammed. Is a whole group here. I think you know who your group is. Greg?
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for making this meeting available so we can state our opinions. I would just say three things. One is, it looks to me like the process that we have a government worked in this case because SCA 5 has been sent back, and that's what a lot of voices were raised. So congratulations in raising your voices. It seems like they were heard by this body and by the state government to change the law. Secondly, I would say if we could take all the power of the people who have opposed this law and put it towards the real threat to our education. I have 2 kids in college, and I can tell you, 2 years ago, they struggled in getting admitted because the lack of funding for California schools. That has been reduced significantly, and that's the bigger threat to all of these students sitting in the front row, as well as all of us. It's not about affirmative action. It's about the money that we spend in our schools. So I would encourage the City Council to also put a resolution forward to the state government to try to increase the funding so we can have the pie get bigger, and that will address a lot of our issues. And I would encourage all the people out here who are so active in this resolution to try to get active in getting with our government representatives.
Thank you, Mr. Crossi. I really appreciate it. The next speaker is Hari. Hari?
Yeah, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
I oppose this SCC 5 because...
When you come speaker to the microphone, please. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. I oppose because it's not a good idea to shut door from one community and open the door for others. Rather, government should think about allocating more funds or increase those seats to the community that's left behind and finding ways to figure out why they're left behind. So, thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Next speaker is Yunus. Yunus?
Yeah. Thank you very much. My name is Yunus Muhammad. Dear Honorable Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Council members, I strongly oppose SCA 5 and urge all California citizens to oppose it. It is a clear discrimination in fair education. Education is the key. If there is a discrimination in education, that means discrimination in everything. It is like shaking the real foundation of real America. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and thank you for keeping within time. Really appreciate it. The next speaker is Dimitri, and I apologize. How do you pronounce your name, sir?
Dmitry.
Thank
I'm Russian Jewish heritage from former USSR, and I just wanted to make a quick point. I came from the country which had a discrimination against the Jews, especially during the higher education. And I actually see, like, my father and my uncles couldn't get to the certain university because there was a quote how many Jews could be, let's say, in the medical profession, or how many engineers could be there. So I've personally seen it, and I hope we don't see it here. Thank you.
Thank you, Dimitri. Next speaker is Betty.
My name is Betty Ji. I am working as IT director. I am also president of Silicon Valley Women Alliance. I am strongly opposing SCA5. I have two sons. The first one graduated from Berkeley. The second one is a senior in high school. When he was applying for school, he told me he was very concerned, may not able to get into the top Ivy League private school, as he heard they only accept a very limited number of Asian students. Some schools require Asian students with 400 points higher SAT. Last year, one student in his school changed his last name just to get accepted by Stanford. I told him, my son, we cannot do much with private school, but UC are public schools to which we have been paying taxes. They should be fair in terms of treating each individual equal. If SCA5 pass, it will open the door for UC admission to deny an individual based on the race and cheat them out of American dream. When we came to this country, we believe in US, all men were created equal. SCA5 will also cause people with different skin color hate each other, which have to be stopped, period. Thank you.
I need you to hold your applause, please. I really need you to hold your applause. You're doing really, really good here. We do have a staff member who does speak Mandarin Chinese. Does anyone need a Chinese translator? Okay, Tina, do you want to repeat that in Guoyuer? Does anyone need a Chinese translator? We need to turn on your microphone first.
在场有没有哪一位需要翻译的？我可以帮他翻译。
Just raise your hand if you need a Chinese translator.
假如你需要翻译的话，请你举手。
That if you're going to speak on the card, so if you do want to need a Chinese translator, you can come and speak now. I'll just give you that privilege. That if you want to speak in Mandarin Chinese, and that we'll go ahead and translate, you'll have 1 minute. Is there anyone out there? Okay.
You might allow a little more. Here's one. You might allow a little more given this time.
Okay.
Like this gentleman.
Okay. We'll take Olga first, and then we'll take that gentleman next. Thank you, Olga, for your patience.
Hi. Everybody knows that kids working so hard to get in the college. They taking advanced classes in school. They working so hard to get in college. And of course, it will be very unfair to people not to go to the college because of the race discrimination. And I think it should be on personal achievement, personal goal that kids make before them. And I think this is fair in our society.
Great. Thank you very much, Miss Olga. And then, so 你可以讲英文or 普通话？普通话真好。
尊敬的
And I just want to repeat the instructions. Can you let the gentleman know that he only has 1 minute?
请你在1分钟之内讲完。
好的。尊敬的库珀蒂诺市长和市议员，各位先生们，我叫 Larry 黄，我来自中国大陆。
Honorable Mayor and City Council members, I come from mainland China. My name is Eric Huang.
Larry Huang, yes. 我今天很荣幸的在此向各位说几句我关于我对这个 SCA5 的这个反对意见。
I would like to express my my opinion about opposing the SCA5.
是这个 SCA5，是一个巨大的倒退。在我们加州已经通过了1996年的209法案之后呢，重新再退回关于那个 racial 就是人种族的和已经性别方面的歧视要恢复的话，这是一个巨大的倒退。
It is a step back from the Proposition 209 that we passed. It's a step back in terms of racial and sexual discrimination.
我想我的时间已经到了，谢谢大家，请各位表达各位的这个对 SCA5 的反对，谢谢。
Thank you very much.
好，谢谢你。The next speaker is Hao Wang, followed by Rachel Wang, followed by Lin Zhang.
Good afternoon, City Council members. My name is Hao, and I'm a Cupertino resident. I'm here to express my opposition against SCA5. The reason for why SCA5 is not as fair as it seems is because it is intending to using ethnicity as a criteria in order to reach ethnic diversity, and that is not solving the diversity problem at its roots. There are many reasons why colleges are not as diversity as you want them to be. SCA5 is not solving any of these problems. Instead, and very irresponsibility, it's trying to solve this complex problem using a shortcut, adding a racial criteria, and this shortcut has already been proven unethical and been discarded by American people many years ago. SCA5 is attempting to set back the wheel of history. It's
Thank you, Mrs.
totally unconstitutional.
Thank you, Mrs. Wang. Your time is up. The next speaker is Rachel Wang, followed by Lin Zhang, followed by Don Han.
I have some supporters here and also represent Lin Zhang, and there's another card, Xiaozhong Wang, there. So do I get?
Yeah, you need to come and stand behind you, please.
Yeah, there.
And where are the other people? Okay, I'll give you 3 minutes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Honorable Mayor and Council members of Cupertino City, my name is Ruiping Wang. I want to thank you for putting California State Constitution Amendment 5 on your agenda. I'm a voter in District 28, and I'm here to express my strong opinion opposing SCA5. There are two very major fundamental issues with this legislation. First of all, what is the intention of SCA5? So far, we've heard a lot of opposition, but we haven't heard Dr. Hernandez come to clarify what is it trying to solve. Some people told me it is diversity. Okay, but what is the definition of diversity? Is it too many Asian kids in UC campus? Is it really a diversity issue? I don't agree. Affirmative action is to allocate the opportunity from majority ethnic groups to disadvantaged minority groups. Let me ask everyone here, is an Asian American minority ethnic group? Yes, then why is it an issue that a minority group worked hard and earned their opportunity for higher education without any help from any special policy treatment? Why is it an issue? So isn't Asian kids American, the same as kids from other ethnic groups? So if the answer is yes for all of these, then I think this is not a diversity issue. It looks to me that some politicians are misusing this word, diversity, by sacrificing one of the most important fundamental principles of America, equal right for every individual and no racism. So second issue is the value. What is our fundamental value? We live the American creed, work hard, you will have a better future. So let me use an analogy. As parents, we always want to motivate our kids to reach high. So we set up objectives and tell them if they reach the goal, work hard, reach the goal, we'll give them a reward. So let's say give you that Jordan shoes you dreamed of if you get up on time and do not miss school. So two kids, one worked so hard and pulled it through, reached the goal. The other didn't for some reason. And now the parents say, since I love both of you, I'm going to give you equal reward. Is that fair? What value are you trying to pass to your kids? Is it to encourage the motivation to work hard? I think it's damaging both kids' motivation to reach high, to work hard, to get the skill they need to stand up by themselves. So the public policy is has more effect than just a family policy. So I strongly encourage that everybody looks at this as a fundamental principle that we cannot sacrifice. So third is about solution.
Thank you, Mrs. Wang. Your time is up. I have 40 more speakers, so thank you for keeping to your time limit. Thank you very much. Lin Zhang, followed by Don Han, followed by Sissy Chan, followed by Ken Marcus Jr. You can all line up behind the speaker. Lin Zhang, are you here? So Lin was with me. Okay, fantastic. Thank you very much. Don Han, thank you for being honest. I really appreciate it. Don Han, not here. Chan, C-I-C-I-E, I think it is. C.C. Chan. Are you Ms. Chan?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you. And let me read the other speakers. Ken Marcus Jr., are you here? Come on up, please. Followed by Rishi Kumar. I saw him earlier. Followed by Yogi. I saw Yogi here earlier, too. Okay. Ms. Chan.
Yes, hi, my name is CC Chan, a UC San Diego graduate. I asked you to join the opposition against SCA 5 for 3 reasons. It falsely assumed that all Asians have access to better education and resources. I came to this country in 9th grade with my family when my father was offered a working visa. He had a dream to bring me to America where education is fair and I will have a better opportunity in life. However, 2 years into it, he had a debilitating stroke and later on lost his working ability and we lost our sole source of income. During those years, I worked hard with the help of AVID in school, which stands for Advancement via Individual Determination, which paid for my Princeton review classes so I can take the SAT with a good enough score to get into UC San Diego, and graduated from college in 4 years with a degree in electrical.
Thank you, Ms. Chan. Your time is up. Next speaker is Ken Marcus Jr.
Mr. Mayor, Vice Mayor, and City Council. My name is Ken Marquis Jr. I'm a California Ohlone Indian, was born and raised in San Jose. This proposed amendment was brought to my attention by a dear friend, Sean Yao. I was shocked that such a proposal, that something like this can occur in the present. I'm a firm believer of equality. When I look at an individual, I see a character with feelings and a pulse, and a human being that is equal to all others. I believe we are called the human race. I look up to great leaders of the past, leaders that were bold enough to fight for the rights, such as Dennis Banks and the American Indian Movement, Dr. Martin Luther King, Abe Lincoln, and what they all had in common was rights for all mankind. I oppose this SCA 5 proposal because 1, there's no equality. Where's the equality? 2, it's manipulating our integrity structure that was set in stone by the future of our forefathers. And 3, you're denying hopes and dreams of their preferred education. I believe there's no race should be discriminated or denied any educational facility that they choose because they were taught the importance of education in their households.
Thank you, Mr. Marquis. Your time is up. The next speaker is Rishi Kumar. You need to hold your applause, please. I really need you to hold your applause, please. Thank you.
I'm going to have to speak really fast. I prepared a 3-minute speech, but I have to compress it down to a minute. I'm just kidding. So firstly, I would like to say, my name is Rishi Kumar. I'm a resident of Saratoga. And I'm a geek. My claim to fame is I'm a geek. And I'm perpetually attached to my laptop. I do all sorts of geeky work. But the reason I'm here is because the whole community has awakened. There was sort of a strange, bizarre thing that was going on, and that was SCA 5. And the sleeping community sort of woke up. The sleepy community woke up. And there was a big rally here a couple of weeks back. And I was really surprised to see 300, 400 folks hanging out here, partying and having a good time. And I was part of that, right? Why is that? Because what is happening with SCA 5 is not a good thing. California is a progressive state. We need to make progressive values. This is regressive. It's going back 20 years. It's not the right thing to do. Secondly, we are all about equality, right? Creating socioeconomic values that works for all the citizens. SCA 5 is not the right way to do it. There are much better mechanisms. Let's go back.
Thank you, Mr. Kumar. Your
and let's
time is
create
up.
the right
The next
mechanism
speaker
to
is
do it.
Yogi Choj. And I think Mahesh Palanka is going to. I need you to hold your applause, please. I'm not going to repeat it.
My name is Mahesh Pekala. I'm speaking on behalf, I'm taking Yogi's time, rather. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Vice Mayor, and other City Council members. My name is Mahesh Pekala. I'm a citizen of United States of America. And based on the vote that I took, I believe all men and women are created equal. And I know a lot of eloquent speakers came before me and they've spoken about all the points, but I'd like to just reiterate what the attorney said. What do we do now that the SCA-5 has been withdrawn? I think what Mr. Ed Hernandez has done is insult to Chinese Americans and Indian Americans. I need the City Council members to write a letter to him and ask an apology for the Chinese Americans and Indian Americans to create this kind of a racist bill, so that in future there's no one gets the guts to even think about passing such a bill. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Roy. I need you to hold your applause again. I'm not going to repeat. This is the third time I've been saying you've been really good in the very beginning. This doesn't help, listening to both sides. I mean, you want to be fair to everyone, okay? Or else I'm going to call a recess, and I don't want to repeat this again, please.
Mayor,
Really
you're taking up their time.
Thank you, Councilmember Chang. The next speaker is Tarun Gagali.
No, he's already spoken.
He already spoke? Okay.
Yep.
Thank you very much, sir. Next person is Sue Chen, followed by Ming Zhou, followed by Suyan Zhang. Sue Chen? Welcome.
Hello. Hello, gentlemen. My name is Sue Chen. I would like to address SCA-5 on the perspective of education. Is SCA-5 really help the children on education, including Latino children? I believe it won't. Because nowadays, the major function of an education institute is to motivate children. Introduce a criterion like SCA-5 actually will demotivate children to learn. Nowadays, our children are born in the technology era. They are very capable youngsters. Have you read today's Wall Street Journal? A teen scientist do research on a new drug to fight flu. Even we are technology immigrants. Our children, they are technology native. There are so many resources online, from Khan Academies to Coursera, where you can take courses.
Thank you, Mrs. Chen. Your time is up. The next speaker is Ming Zhou. Ming Zhou? Ming Zhou, I don't see them here. Next speaker is Suyan Zhang. Suyan Zhang. Next speaker is Wanda Xiang, Xiang, Wanda. Next speaker is Xiao Zhong Wang. Xiao Zhong Wang. Next speaker is Michael Hunswick. Yes, please. Followed by Feng Hu. Is Feng Hu here? Yes, can you just line up behind him, sir? And then followed by Angela Wang. Is Angela Wang here? Just stand up behind. Followed by Mandy Lowell. Mandy Lowell. Mr. Hunswick?
Honorable Mayor Wong, City Council members, thank you for giving me the chance to speak. My name is Michael Hunswick. I'm a resident of Cupertino. I'm also a candidate for State Assembly. As you all know, earlier this year, California State Senate passed SCA-5, which I believe has been correctly dubbed Skin Color Act 5. It's clear to me that the goal of this law is to cap Asian enrollment at California's universities. Martin Luther King Jr. said he had a dream that one day his kids would live in a nation where they aren't judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. But if SCA-5 becomes law, we're going back to judging people based on their skin color. I think Chief Justice John Roberts said it best when he said, the way to end discrimination on the basis of race is to stop discriminating on the basis of race. It's clear that supporters of SCA-5 are not only wrong, they're on the wrong side of history. They don't need to be worked with, they need to be stopped. Attacks on California's Asian minority, which is only 15% of the population, should not be tolerated. Racial discrimination is always wrong, and I believe the people of California will stand with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hunswick. Next speaker is Feng Hu.
Yes, good afternoon. Thank you, Mayor, Council members, give me an opportunity to stand here and speak. So my name is Feng Hu, and I'm a resident of Saratoga. I think I'm against SCA-5, and the people before me already said all the good reasons why SCA-5 is a bad thing. But here I just want to say, the look, the Cupertino is a really great city, and compared with many other cities in California, like San Fernando or something going bankrupt. So I thank you for the leadership to build such a great city. And I hope you can give a great example. You can lead this action against SCA5 to set an example to other California politicians to say what is good for people and what is good for the country. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hu. Angela Wang.
My name is Angela Wang, and I'm a high school sophomore, and I will go to college in a few years, so SCA5 affects me directly. And I oppose SCA5 because it takes race, which is an irrelevant factor, and makes it important in the process of college admissions. It calls for college to turn down one student and accept another less qualified student completely irrelevant, completely based off their race, not their merit. And this is unfair in two aspects. It is unfair to the student, thousands of students, who will be denied a good education with great resources because of their race and not because of their potential. And it is also unfair to the colleges who are forced to lower their standards because of SCA5. Colleges have a responsibility to society to find the students that will make the biggest contributions to the world later on in their life. And SCA5 requires that colleges no longer be able to uphold this responsibility. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I need you to hold your applause, please. Please. I really need you to hold your applause. Mandy Low, please. Welcome.
Thank you, Mayor and City Councils. This is Mandy Low. I'm a resident of Palo Alto and also citizen of California and the United States. Today, I want to make a point regarding the spirit of the whole United States, especially the state of California, is represented by two things: success through merit and hard work for immigrants. According to the data, both Asian and Latin American students are actually doing much better without bills like SCA5. Why? In my opinion, newer immigrants carry more on the true spirit of the United States, which is hard work drives us to the excellent. So should being excellent be punished? So no more bill like SCA5 that add no
Thank you,
value
Ms. Low.
and
Your
no
time is
point,
up.
totally against the
Ping
voice of the
Lo
United States.
is the next speaker.
Thank
Thank you very much. Ping Lo, followed by Louise Zhang, followed by Jackie Chen, followed by Ji Jin Wei.
Okay, Honorable Mayor and the City Council members, my name is Ping Lo. Today, on behalf of Silicon Valley Chinese Association and Asian American Voters.org's 300 members, here I'm today to say a no to SCA5. Basically, if college wants to get the best and brightest students, they should always go by the merit-based admission, but race is not merit. I have two boys, one's 3, the other one's 6, and both of them like to buy toys. But I told them, hey, mommy won't buy a toy just because you want it. You have to earn it. You have to get 4 stars in the school in a week. I may consider buy you your toy as a reward. They accept it. However, if this bill gets passed in California, guess what will happen? And 12 years later, my boss will come back to me telling me, hey, Mom, what you told me is wrong. I worked so hard all the way through, but I still get denied for the college admission because of my skin color. So at that moment, what can I say to them? What can I say to them? Please tell me. So definitely, SCA5 is the wrong message.
Thank you, Mrs. Lo. Your time is up.
Thank you.
Next speaker is Louise Zhang. Louise Zhang. Next speaker is Jackie Chen. Welcome.
My name is Jackie. I'm sorry, I have to speak very fast because I only have 1 minute. I'm the first generation immigrant to the United States. I'm standing before you today as a mother of 2 and as a Cupertino resident. I moved to California 17 years ago with very little English, but a very big dream of an American dream. In my heart, America is a free country with equal opportunities of education and work, which means a lot to me. It supports me many years. It doesn't based on ethnicity, color, gender, or age. If I study hard, work hard, be honest, I will have the same opportunity as others. My experience is not unique. I know it is shared by many of my classmates and colleagues. I believe it's shared here in the audience as well. If SCA 5 passed, my dream would have been only shattered. One day, my child may ask me.
Thank you, Mrs. Chen. The next person is
Thank
Ji. Thank you very much. Ji Jen Wei. I can't hear you. Come on up, please.
Can I talk one more time because I was standing behind another gentleman? Do I have the opportunity?
No, you stand behind the other gentleman. You were in a group. But thank you for being honest. The next speaker is Adam Min. Adam Min. And thank you for the folks who did stand behind other groups, giving them more minutes. I really appreciate that.
I have a party of 5.
Mm-hmm. And did they fill in
I
cards?
yes.
Okay.
I'm seeing your.
Okay. So yeah, just want to make sure that you don't come on up again.
All right.
I'll give you 3 minutes.
Honorable City Council member, I'm glad to come to this meeting to express my real concerns. My son graduated from Berkeley, and my daughter right now is in Berkeley, 3rd grade. The really issue is we actually, Asian already being discriminated as a group, current university at Berkeley. It's because the race is part of the consideration when you go to the admission to the UC Berkeley or UCLA. This is well known. As everybody already know, you also need to not only the grade, but also you need leadership, but also you need a lot of AP classes, and those are all need to be taken into consideration. And actually, the university actually is doing that. There are 14 criteria of all the reasons. Okay, they need to. Right now, that's what they are doing. But what is the SCA 5 is doing right now is that legalize all the race and also the ethnicity is become bigger factor to make it more discriminating our children that if you're really doing good. If you look at it back to the before Proposition 209, Asian populations at the UC Berkeley, at the UC system, is about 35%. Right now, it's about 36%. It's not big change in Asian. You know why? It's because we study hard. It's really study hard, and competition is very high. And our population actually grow, but it doesn't represent in the UC system. So who right now is from the Proposition 209 started, who is benefiting from the protection of the Proposition 209 is actually the Latinos. It's their population from UC is from 14% to now is 28%. It's doubled. Who is going down? I don't know. It looks like you don't care much. It's actually the white is going down greatly. It's from 36 to 26%. So this is the one we are concerned. It's not because we are Chinese and working hard. The one is right now, if we pass SA 5, it's only make
Thank you, Mr. Min. Your
Chinese
time is up. The next speaker is Jian Fei, followed by Jiang Zhang, followed by Shugu Luo. Jian Fei, are you here? And is Jiang Zhang here? Qiong, last name Zhang. Are you here too?
Oops.
And your name again, please?
Sugar Luo.
Sugar.
Luo.
Sugar Luo?
Yeah.
I call Jian Fei.
Oh, but was he here?
Is Jian Fei?
You find her card in there because they're all standing up.
Okay, is Jianfei here? Jianfei's not here. How about Jiang, Qiongzheng? Yeah, come on up, please. You haven't spoke yet, right? You haven't spoke yet, right?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
We're stood.
Honorable Mayor and City Council, thank you for giving me this opportunity to say a few words. My name is Chang. I'm a registered voter. I've worked as an educator in the Cupertino area more than 10 years. I want to say no on SCA 5. U.S. Supreme Court has already struck down overly racial measure by universities involved. And the Supreme Court also expressed the desire to complete graduate AA programs from college administration in the near future. So race in the college administration is a sunset industry and increasingly Supreme Court's dead end. That is why our governor vetoed the two previous similar bills by Senator Hannes. SCA 5 rollback history and rollback the hard-won process we made in the last 18 years. Please let California move forward.
Thank you very much, Cho Ching.
Thank
Your
you.
time is up. Thank you. The next speaker is Sugar Law. So that's you.
Yeah. Honorable Mayor and City Council members, thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak here today. I am Sugar Law, a current freshman at Cupertino High School, and I am here to speak on behalf of a group of high schoolers and their family members. As a teenager, I've witnessed several stereotypes in high school, where Asians are supposed to be smart, but we don't receive any credibility for the work we do. I feel extremely frustrated when I hear about these stereotypes because we are not successful simply because of our race. We are successful due to our hard work and individual character. Society should be progressing forward and not backward. So why is this act throwing us back before Prop 209? I acknowledge the fact that minority race groups require help, but should not be achieved by pitting one race against another. Prop 209 was a step in the right direction, but SCA 5 is an undo button to all of the progress we've made. This is the 21st century now, so it is ridiculous.
Thank you, Shuguo. Your time is up.
Okay.
Next speaker is Xinzhuang Huang. Xinzhuang Huang. Yeah, come on up, please. Next speaker is, we have a lot of time, actually. Jennifer Zhu by Xiao Zhang.
May I start now?
Yeah.
First, honorable mayor and the council members, I want to thank you for putting this on your agenda. My name is Xinchuan Huang, a citizen, a voter, and a PhD working at NASA Ames as a computational astrochemist. In short, I believe this bill is a totally wrong answer to an artificially magnified or created problem. Let's look at Cupertino. Every year you have 1,000 kids graduated from Monte Vista and Cupertino High. And those brilliant kids, more than 500 of them are qualified for UC. At the end, 300 go to UC. If this bill passes, let me tell you, you will have at least 50 to 100 students will be declined, which they will be able to attend, but now they cannot. In 10 years, you will have thousands of frustrated students and their families suffering from this race discrimination allowed by the bill. More importantly, because worrying about the uncertain future, thousands of Asian families will save more for their kids than spend at least 1/3 less. This is not because they need to pay for the skyrocketing tuitions for out-of-state or private universities.
Thank you, Mr. Huang. Your time is up. Next speaker is Jennifer Zhu, followed by Chao Zhang, followed by Xiaoping Wendy Hu.
And if we can have those of you whose names are called line up behind, that would be helpful to facilitate our process. Thank you.
Welcome, Jennifer.
Honorable Mayor and City Council members, I am Jennifer Shi, a current freshman at Lindbergh High School. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak here today. Stereotypically, Asians are hardworking. UCs, please do not lose these dedicated students because of the color of their skin. I say no to SCA 5. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you for the brevity. The next speaker is Xiao Zhang. Xiao Zhang. Next speaker is Xiaoping Wendy Hu. Xiaoping Hu. Next speaker is Rachel Wu, followed by Selena Chan, followed by Helen Chian, followed by Hannah Liu.
Hi, my name is Rachel Wu, and I'm a current freshman at Lynbrook High. We have worked hard and studied hard to deserve the college and education we need. Race should not be a factor for public education. We should not be judged by skin color, but by the knowledge we have. Please do not destroy our dreams and our future. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Selena Chan?
Hello, my name is Selena Chan, and I'm a current junior at Lynbrook High School. And next year, I will be eligible for college applications. So the prevention of this act is actually very important to me. We have been taught since we are young that we should work hard for our future, because we will get a good job that will provide for that future, because we'll get into a good college that will give us the degree necessary for that job. But now, with this act, they are actually discriminating against us, not just by race, but by sex. I can be discriminated against because I am a girl and I'm Asian. Please don't let them take away our future like that. Please don't let them destroy our future, our hopes, and our dreams. Thank you.
Thank you, Selena. The next speaker is Helen Chian. And I'll announce the next speakers, Hannah Liu, Huang Bingqing, and Nalima Mani. If you can all step up and line up behind, I'll really appreciate it.
I prefer the Mandarin interpreter.
就可以，可以，可以。
谢谢你们让我在这里讲我的声音。我是美籍华人，然后我的 point 就是那个209是很好的，请帮助staff SCA5。
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. I think Proposition 209 is really good. Please help us to stop SCA5.
我的第一个 point 就是说，目前的 CA 已经有了9% 的入，所以而且还有2%的学生已经拿到了那个 financial aid， 所以它已经帮助了我们需要帮助的人。
Currently, SCA5 has the 9% rule, so it has already helped the students that need assistance.
No. 2/3 of students get a financial aid, and 90% rule to get into consideration of UC position. We already has that rule. 好，第二个就是 SCA5 in CA, original AA is for help the disadvantaged minority, and which is compensate the African American for the slavery history, but currently in California, we no longer has that condition existing. Okay, this is my second. Third, I think we all describe ourselves as American, not by race, Asian American, Latino American. That is so divisive. And for myself, if I dig into my own history, I'm actually not really Chinese. Half of myself is come from Muslim Hui, original from Middle East, another 25% from Tibet. So I'm first one go to Chinese school to learn Chinese. Then because of marriage, I come to US to learn English from my children. And now because of my race, my child cannot go to school.
好，谢谢你. Your time is up, and actually your English is very good, so I really appreciate it. Thank you, Mrs. Chin. The next speaker is Hannah Liu, followed by Huang Bingqing, followed by Nalima Mani. Hannah Liu. Huang Bingqing.
Okay.
Huang Bingqing. Next speaker is Nalima Mane. Nalima Mane. Followed by Sui Sheng Lu. Sui Sheng Lu. No, L-U, X-U, yes. I sorry mispronounced your name. Mei Wen Ti.
Good afternoon. I'm an undergraduate from China, a PhD from the US. When I first heard of the US, I heard of the US from Dr. Martin Luther King. He said that I have a dream that one day my 4 little children will live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of the skin, but by the content of their character. So I was very astonished when I heard of SCA5, which will take race into consideration. And that's really absurd. In my opinion, first, it doesn't help the 99% of our Hispanic people, because SCA 5, it just solved the problem on the surface, but not really solve the problem from the fundamental. The government should spend more money and to help those poor people instead of using race as the consideration. And SCA 5 mislead us by using the concept of diversity. What kind of diversity is diversity, right? Now we have so many Chinese, Asians, Indians, and can you say that if we add more Indians here, then we have more diversity in this conference room? I don't believe that. And I hope that this conference will go down in history.
Thank you, Mr. Su. Your time is up. The next speaker is Hui Jia. Hui Jia. They already spoke? Okay. And I believe Lin Shui Lin already spoke as well, too, in the group, as well as Shui Ling Huang, as well as Sally Shao, as well as Joyce Yi. Have you spoken yet? It's coming up. I didn't know where the end of the 5 groups, so I just announced all the names just to be safe.
Is this mic?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Welcome.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Joyce E., and I am a current sophomore at Cupertino High School. When I was planning to speak, my mind immediately went to countless facts and statistics against SCA 5. However, these are readily available online and will not stick in your mind when I finish my speech today. Instead, I would like to bring up a story from our childhoods, the story of the 3 little pigs. In this story, 3 pigs build houses to fend against a wolf. One builds a straw house, one builds a brick house, and one builds a wood house. When the wolf comes, the pigs in the wood and straw houses are eaten, and the pig in the brick house survives, proving the fact that hard work pays off. What we are looking at here is that 2 pigs in the wood and straw houses want to squeeze into the brick house. There's not enough space in the brick house for all of the pigs. One has to be left out. And if SCA 5 passes, the pig in the brick house will be left out. This is not the American dream of equal opportunity. This is robbery. We are robbing the pig in the brick house of his rightful spot in his own house. I strongly urge you to not let this happen. Thank you.
Thank you, Joyce. Really appreciate it.
I didn't clap for that.
That's quite a story.
The last card I have is Dong Han. Is Dong Han here? With that was my last card, and I go ahead and close the public hearing. I really appreciate it. With that, I want to ask the city manager that since SCA 5 has been removed.
I want to make a motion.
Okay, go ahead.
So I move that we write a letter, as we talked about earlier, doing 4 things, actually. First of all, thanking the appropriate members for taking it off the table, for doing that action. Second of all, acknowledging the input that we heard here, that we had 60-plus citizens come here. Every single one spoke against SCA 5. Third, that we express our concerns about any similar future attempts to overturn Proposition 209, Proposition 209's key elements. And fourth, that we encourage increased spending on higher education to allow more opportunity for all students.
I second. Can I make a small amendment?
Sure.
Increase the funding not only for the higher education, for education in California.
But this is specifically about the state schools, so I want to kind of keep the focus on that. I mean,
yeah, but then SCA 5 is the latest one is only for public education. They're not limited to higher education. If you read,
I thought it was, well, whatever's appropriate.
Right. At the beginning was for higher education only, but then there's some amendment going on, then they don't become just public education.
Rick, but I'll leave it up to staff to make the appropriate wording to speak to what we're trying to do here.
Sure, I agree.
So there was a first and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? All those opposed? The motion passes 4 to 1 absent. I want to say thank you very much to the audience for coming for the special meeting, for the City Council meeting, and following the rules. I know that it can be very difficult to do that. As I said, Congressman, Judy Chu, Congressman Mike Honda, as well as State Assembly Member Ed Chow has opposed the bill. And there was a press conference yesterday where Santa Clara County School Board Michael Chang, as well as I, Councilmember Evan Lowe, and also the leadership of Paul Fong, who's the chair of the California State Assembly. We want to thank him for his leadership for also opposing SCA 5 as well, too. I go ahead and adjourn the meeting for Tuesday,
No, before you
5
adjourn,
p.m.
I have something to say.
Yes, sorry.
First, I want to thank all of you for attending the special meeting here. We started this meeting at 3 p.m. at Monday, and then we cut down the time. I feel sorry about it. We shouldn't do that, but the majority of the council want to do it. I'm only one vote, number one. Number two, the problem in California is the public education funding. We used to be the top. We slipped down to number 47, and because of the cutting on the education fund in the past many years. So the main part is we need to increase the funding back to California, okay? And then we have invited Senator Edward Hernandez to come over here because he was on the KQED mentioning about there's a lot of misunderstanding, this and that, okay? We invited him, and then many of the constituents asked to meet with him, and he doesn't want to meet with them, explain to them what the misunderstanding is. So my question to Mr. Hernandez, why are you hiding it? Why? Okay, so I think next time I would recommend that we make a more stronger letter, ask him to apologize to the Asian community and also to Latino community, because this is an insult to the Latino community also. Thank you.
I need to hold your applause, please. I really need to hold your applause. Again, it has to be a fair hearing, and each council member has the right to speak on their own mind, and you can always write to your own assembly member or write to author the bill. I go ahead and adjourn the meeting to tomorrow at 5 p.m. at March 18th. Thank you very much for coming this afternoon.